We're grateful for your assistance, Marshal Tarapin. You saved Her Grace and Father both. 'Tis the least I can do to repay you. Forgive me my impatience, Marshal, but your missive mentioned a discovery. Yes, of course. As per your request, I had my men scour the waterways. Almost immediately we encountered a difficulty. An entire section of the tunnel had collapsed. With the Mineral Concern's cooperation, however, we were able to remove the rubble which yielded the battered bodies of a dozen Crystal Braves. Go on. Be at ease, Master Alphanel. Your friends were not among the deceased. That alone is cause for hope. And then there's this. That's Y'shtola's wand. I'd assumed as much. If I may, Marshal. "'Tis as I did surmise. Judging by the etheric imprint that lingereth yet upon this wand, it hath assuredly been employed in the casting of a most uncommon magic. Namely, the very first that man did conceive to traverse great distances, and the ancient precursor to all methods of travel that utilise the life stream, flow. The spell entaileth the reduction of the corporal form into its constituent aether, that the caster might enter the life stream and ride its currents thereby. Unlike the teleportation magics of modern times, it requireth not a lengthy incantation. That Y'shtola should choose to employ such a spell bespeaketh the need for haste. All of which would suggest she managed to escape. Would that it were so simple. Know that the scholars of Sharlayan forbade the use of this spell, and with good reason. The caster hath but limited control over his course. For every mage who came safe unto his destination, another would be set adrift in the life stream, never to emerge." "What? No, you can't mean." "Be not downcast, my friends, for there is yet hope. 'Tis like that Y'shtola's passage have left traces in the life stream. Could we but follow these from the point at which the magic was invoked, we may yet find her." "To the Sildi excavation site, then. Our thanks for your aid, Marshal." "Do not mention it. I shall pray for Lady Y'shtola's safe return." Evidence of Y'shtola's passage will have been made faint by time, but mayhap some few scant traces yet remain to guide our steps. The trail leadeth to the north and east, unto the bosom of the Twelveswood. Are you certain? Aye, there's no mistake. Thither hath Y'shtola journeyed. And yet the Gridanians have reported no sightings. We must take this to mean she is still adrift. If it be so, I do fear for our friend. Contrary to its name, the life stream is more akin to a raging torrent. Linger over long in the midst of this maelstrom, and the aether that formeth one's soul shall surely be scattered, ne'er to be reformed. We have no time to waste. Urianger, pray explore all possible options for reversing the effects of this forbidden magic. We three shall press on to Gridania and petition the Elder Seedseer's aid. It is said that the elementals perceive the life stream. If, as we suspect, Y'shtola is still adrift in its midst, they may be able to find her, but if we are to appeal to them for assistance, we must needs do so through their chosen, the Padjal. It is imperative, therefore, that we speak with Cani Senna without delay. I've already requested an audience with the Elder Seedseer. She will receive us in the Lotus Stand presently. We need but speak with the conjurer yonder to be admitted. Be welcome, my friends, and speak freely. I gather your suit will admit no delay. It will not, my lady. Pray forgive the abrupt nature of our request, but it is a matter of life and death. I see. As you say, we must needs act swiftly if we're to free Y'shtola from the ungentle pull of the life stream. And as you have surmised, we cannot do this unaided. However,
in requesting the Elemental's assistance to find Y'shtola, you must needs be aware of one difficulty. A difficulty born of the fundamental difference between man and elemental.
That being?
In perceiving the world around him, man relies upon senses such as sight and sound. For the sake of convenience, he gives names to such things as are near or dear to him. Being formed of pure ether, however, such concepts are foreign to the elementals. Instead, they perceive by observing the ebb and flow of the energies of life. So profound a division cannot be bridged with simple discourse. The elementals' voices stir not the air, and thus reach not our ears, while our words are but wind to them. Though we seers can commune with them through feelings, naught that we can impart will serve to aid them in identifying Y'shtola. Nay, they must needs be presented with ether which is akin to hers. If you could but find a family member.
Oh! I know just the person! Y'shtola has a sister who came to live in Gridania. She told me about her once.
Oh, that is most fortunate indeed. Pray, seek this sister out then, and bring her to Evershade. There, we shall petition the Great One's aid in finding your lost companion.
if memory serves, Y'shtola's sister is named Ymitra. Oh, you know her, do you? Well then, that ought to make things easier. Anyways, she spends most of her time around Apkalu Falls, from what I recall. Let's look for her there. Greetings. What brings you here today? I see that you have companions. Lady Ymitra, it's an honour to meet you. My name is Alphinaud Lavelier, and this is Tataru Taru. So you are my sister's comrades in the signs of the Seventh Dawn. When I heard that your people were being pursued, I desperately sought to reach Y'shtola, but all mine efforts were to no avail. Now I know why. A forbidden spell of all things, that she should be so reckless. But what's done is done. I thank you for bringing word to me. Needless to say, I should be glad to help. Though we were born of different mothers, our veins course with the same father's blood. I hope that this will be enough for the elementals. Come, let us make for Evershade at once.
let us begin. Raya O, Arun, if you would. Hearken to me, O great ones. Pray give yourselves to the life stream, a drifting soul to find.
Please, Y'shtola. Please come back to us.
There. Now! A room has been readied at the roost. Pray, bear her thither at once. All that remains is to pray, my friends.
Oh, Y'shtola. Just seeing her face again, oh, I've been so worried. Y'shtola is resting within an inn room. Though she's still unconscious, the signs are positive. The conjurers say she's in sound health and should awaken before long. Isn't that wonderful? Now, while we wait for Y'shtola to wake up, I thought I'd take the opportunity to finish my little surprise for her. It's something I've been working on for a while now, in the hope that she'd one day return to us. It wants for just a couple more items before it's ready. I've already placed orders for these items. Could I ask you to retrieve them for me? One is with the Leatherworks Guild and another is with the Conjurers Guild. Speak with Mistress Jiva and Brother Isumi Yan, and they ought to take care of you. Oh, you're back. You have the items, I hope. Oh, it's precisely as I requested. A perfect match for the other pieces. Truly, Jiva is a master among masters. And the staff completes the surprise. Thank you so much. I can't wait to see what Y'shtola thinks of the surprise. Lest you wonder, she's doing very well, and the conjurers have left her in her sister's care. Let's go and pay them a visit, shall we?
Y'shtola! I'm so glad you're back!
Tataru. You are safe. Thank the 12. Something has changed about you, Alphino. Or mayhap the change is with me. I seem to sense the ether around me more keenly than before.
I am pleased to see you well again. Do you feel strong enough to talk?
Worry not. I am well enough.
Tell us then, what befell you after you fled the feast? We were told that there had been a tunnel collapse.
That was my doing. I brought the tunnel down that you and Minfidia might escape. At the last moment, I invoked a teleportation magic, in hopes of spiriting Thancred away at least. Needless to say, it did not go quite as planned, and I found myself adrift in the life stream. The others? Where are they? Did they not escape?
They remain unaccounted for. You were the only one we have been able to find. I am truly sorry. It was the Crystal Braves who pursued you that day. My hubris that led to our undoing.
No apologies are necessary, Alphino. You are not to blame for what occurred. Know that were our comrades here, they would commend you for keeping the light of hope alive.
Don't worry. The others are alive and well, I'm sure of it. We just need to find them.
Indeed, Tataru. Let us find our friends and rebuild the Scions.
Ha! There is the Alphino I remember. And I feel much the better for his return. 'Tis time I arose.
That reminds me. I have a change of clothes for you. I don't like to boast, but I made them myself. I learned how to weave while we were in Ishgard, you see.
Tataru has apprised me of all that took place in the aftermath of the assassination plot. It would seem I have been away for some while.
Yes, much and more happened during your absence. At present, we seek to follow the Archbishop to Azisla.
And you want for some manner of etheric ram to pierce the floating isle's protective barrier?
We do. Might you be able to furnish us with one?
A means to prise open a hole in an Allagan barrier. And one large enough to admit an airship, no less. Nay, I lack the knowledge to devise such a weapon. But I know of one who could. A leading figure in the field of etheric research, and one of the finest scholars ever to grace Sharlayan. Matoya, my former master.
In my youth, I had the honour of studying under Matoya. In the field of etheric research, she was without rival. I have no doubt that her knowledge will be of aid to our cause. The question is, will she share it with us? My master has ever been willful. The gods forbid anyone disagrees with her. When the Garlean Empire first marched upon Eorzea some 15 years ago, the denizens of Sharlayan were summoned back to the motherland. However, Matoya refused to join the exodus. To this day, she lives a hermit's life on the fringes of the abandoned city. So it is to the Dravanian hinterlands that we must go, to the place of my birth. Though Alize and I were born in Sharlayan, our days there were short. We remained only until the exodus, and I have not returned since. Oh, so it's to be a homecoming then. As fine a reason as any to go to Sharlayan, and it would afford us the opportunity to pay my master a visit. Ahem. I believe you have mistaken our primary objective, Ishtola. At any rate, the journey will take us through largely unknown territory. Let us first return to Ishgard and make our preparations. Sharlayan is situated in the Dravanian hinterlands. To get there, we must strike west and traverse the breadth of the Dravanian forelands. Make no mistake, it will be a grueling journey. The party shall be comprised of you, Y'shtola, and myself. Tataru, pray remain in Ishgard and continue the search for our missing friends. Yes, sir. First, let us make for Tailfeather. A long soak in the lifestream followed by a long journey. I would not recommend it to anyone. But rest assured, my strength is returning to me. I shall be back to my former self ere long. I believe I am sufficiently rested. Let us continue west to Sharlayan. Once we descend the mountain path, we will arrive at the Dravanian hinterlands. From there it is but a short distance to the city. Be warned that we shall be passing through Narth territory. We must needs be wary of them and the dragons both.
To the Thalaic River, where to the melted snows of Abelathia's spine eventually find their way by means of 1,000 silver streams. Whose waters have long nourished the Dravanian hinterlands, and so provided for a settlement of learned souls from across the northern seas. To the city of Sharlayan, that great seat of knowledge now abandoned by her keepers, they came.
Matoya dwells on the far side of the Thalaic River. Let us search for a crossing. Knowledge seeks no man, so says the motto of Sharlayan engraved upon yonder stone. The meaning is simple. It falls to us to seek enlightenment. During the 6th Astral Era, at the turn of the 13th century, men from the northern nation of Sharlayan journeyed across the seas to Eorzea in search of knowledge. Upon arriving at these shores, they established a camp for their scholarly endeavours. Over time, this camp grew into a settlement, and the settlement prospered, and so much so that it came to be counted amongst Eorzea's greatest city-states. Alas, those glory days are now but a fading memory. With her keepers lost to her, Charlian has become an empty husk of her former self. Psh! Uplander is mistaken. Charlian has new keepers, is on cusp of new age of glory. Goblins, here to plunder the city. Uplander is mistaken muchly. We are not thieves. This place is our home. Your home? When last I looked, it was mine and Alphenard's. We were born here. Shh! When Uplanders abandon city, Uplanders give up claim. Born here or no, Uplanders are trespassers. My friends, please, we did not come here to dispute your claim to this land. Our purpose here is peaceful. We desire but to cross the river. Be calm, I beg you, and let us speak like the civilized folk that we are. Surely we can come to a mutual understanding. Psh! If that is the truth, then Uplanders are welcome here. Come with Slowfix. Slowfix will show Uplanders settlement. Here is Heart of Settlement, name of Idleshire. What have we got here? Guests? Greetings to you. I'm Alphenard Lavelier, and may I introduce my companions? We've journeyed far in search of a friend, and seek to cross the river. But finding the main bridge collapsed, you went looking for a detour and ended up stumbling into Slowfix and his crew. Is that right? That is the short of it, aye. This place, Idleshire, I came expecting a ghost town. Suffice it to say I'm surprised to find it so alive. Well, with all them precious artefacts lying about, 'twas only a matter of time before treasure hunters like me moved in, but we weren't the first to arrive, neither. By then Slowfix and his gobby friends were already settled. At first, gobbies and hunters disliked each other, but understanding came, then friendship. Now gobbies and hunters have joined hands to build a great new nation. So this is what happened after we Charlians departed. Oh, so you're locals. No hard feelings, I hope. All these nice buildings, but no one to live in them. Felt like a waste, you know. We've been trying to put the place to rights, and things have been going well for the most part, but it ain't all smooth sailing. Not to sound ungrateful, but the traps your people left lying about are a bloody nuisance. And there's the Illuminati harrying us day and night. Slowfix has bright idea. Uplanders desire mutual understanding, yes? Best way to understanding is helping one another. Help citizens of Idleshire, and Uplanders can be citizens too. Citizens are free to cross river. Well, I'm not aware of a quicker way to reach our destination. Let us assist Slowfix and his people. So, Uplanders agree to help. Good. Here is what Slowfix wants Uplanders to do. Many golems prowl Idleshire, get in the way of expansion plans. Slowfix wants Uplanders to eliminate golems. Uplanders are Charlian, yes? Charlians should know best way to deal with creatures. So we are to eliminate the golems. That should be a simple enough affair. The automata were employed as sentinels, and by design can be unmade with a coded command. At the time of the Exodus, it was noughts and crosses, and I see no reason that it should not still work. Let us divide the task between the three of us, the quicker to be finished with it. Golems are no more. Wonderful. Now we can resume work to expand settlement. Uplanders helped Gobby flock, earned right to be citizens of Idleshire, but Slowfix must ask another favour. Another favour, you say? A short time ago, dear friend of Slowfix ventured into Illuminati territory. Illuminati are nasty goblins, show no mercy even towards Gobby kin. Slowfix fears for friend's life. Please find friend before Illuminati do. I'm suddenly taken by a sense of foreboding. Be that as it may, we cannot turn a blind eye. Let us make haste and find Slowfix's friend. Goodly Uplander, long time no eye catch. What is bringing Uplander here? Does Uplander have lusty eyes for junk of Brayflocks? Uplander must not be touching junk of Brayflocks. Brayflocks is finding junk first. I knew I recognised that voice. Greetings, Brayflocks. It's been a while. Forgive us for interrupting your work, but Captain Weisskart gave me to understand that you were marked by the Illuminati. This happens to be Illuminati-held territory. Is it wise to be here? Brayflocks eat Illuminati for sunupsies. Who eats who for sunupsies? Ah! Brayflocks all talks. Unwise you are to come here after dirty taking secret knowings of cheese make from Illuminati. Brayflocks did no unright. Cheese recipe is Gobby birthright. Save tongue flaps for trading in Death Pit. Pray to Gobfathers, for punishment is near times. It appears we have no choice. Illuminati no match for furious gobfists of Brayflocks. More junk is awaiting Brayflocks muchly. Brayflocks is taking leave of Uplanders. Being embroiled in a cheese war was the last thing I expected coming to Sharlayan. At any rate, we fulfilled Slowfix's request. Let us return with the good tidings and be on our way. Uplanders are back. Did Uplanders find friend of Slowfix? Time has not cured recklessness of Brayflocks. Without help from Uplanders, Brayflocks would now be dead Gobby. Slowfix owes Uplanders debt of gratitude. Slowfix and Brayflocks are joined by inseverable Gobby bond. If Slowfix had known that Uplanders are friends of Brayflocks, Slowfix would have welcomed Uplanders to Gobbyflock at first meeting. Uplanders have upheld bargain most highly. As promised, Slowfix makes Uplanders honoured citizens of Idleshire, free to cross river at will. Though Uplanders must leave for now, Slowfix hopes that Uplanders will pay many visits and help build great new nation. You're most kind, my friend. You may be certain that we will return. I must confess, at first it upset me to learn that my home had been occupied by others, but I see now that it is in good hands. Under your care, I look forward to seeing Sharlayan thrive once more, to become a home to people of all races and creeds. Slowfix has already ordered the Gob Watch to let Uplanders through. Safe travels. Well, shall we? By order of Chief Slowfix, Uplanders can come and go at will. One moment for clearing away barricade. Finally, we can continue our journey. Barring any misadventure, we shall soon arrive at the cave where Matoya resides. Unless you have unfinished business in Idleshire, let us strike out at once. I'm ready whenever you are. Let us go and meet the legendary Matoya. Ahead lies the answering quarter where the scholars of Sharlayan gathered to hone their knowledge. Even from this distance, 'tis plain that much of it has been given back to the wilderness. The cave in which Matoya resides is situated on the southern edge of the hinterlands. In choosing the spot, my master desired privacy above all else. As such, the cave is extremely well hidden. You'll not find it unless you know how to look for it. We shall follow the road south until we reach a bridge. Rather than cross it, however, we shall ford to the stream it spans, thence head straight until we arrive at the base of a bluff.